Christian, and today I'm looking at Jeremiah chapter 17, starting at verse 7. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream and does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit. I kind of wanted to take some time this week to encourage single parents. I was raised by one, so I've seen what that can look like in life. But as a child, I will never know what it really looks like for a single parent. The tears behind closed doors, the things that you never told us about because you were being a parent and you were putting your child first. I think what I would love to be able to encourage you guys in is just to make sure that on a daily basis, you kind of keep reminding yourself that it's not all on you. God is there for you. You're raising his baby, and you are his baby. He's looking out for you. He's got plans for you and for that child, for those children. Everything that's in your heart for them, he's got in his heart exponentially more. Verse 7 says, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. There's two versions of the word trust used in that scripture. The first one being the trust, whose trust is in the Lord. That word trust means to be careless, meaning you actually just let everything go. God, I trust that everything that you have for me, everything that you want for our family, the things that we don't see now, the bills we can't pay, the situations that I don't have an answer to, I put them all in your hands and I let go, fully careless in the care of God. The second word there for trust is the confidence, but it's not just confidence in a person, it's the thing you actually have confidence in. It says, whose trust is the Lord, meaning your idea of trust is God. Is God himself. When you even think about what kind of confidence or things I should rely on, the thing that I should put my hope in, the first thing that comes to your mind is God and God alone. It says, blessed is the person who does that. The Amplified Version usually puts happy and enviable, meaning people are going to look at you and go, wow, fully because you went God and God alone. That's what I consider hope. That's where my anchor is. That's what I put my trust, my confidence. That's where I toss my cares because he cares for me. Then it goes on and says, he is like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream. Roots have a level of stability. Now, when you are a single parent, I don't imagine stability is probably that thing that you think about a whole lot because it's never stable. And even just whether you're a single parent or you're doing it as a couple, there's the thought process that you were a baby, and when you kind of get that baby thing figured out, then the second child comes, and now you got to figure out two children at once, and now you've got toddlers, and they have a whole nother sick because now they're walking, and now they've got an opinion because they've hit 5 years old, and now we're going schoolwork, and now we've got homework, and this one's got soccer practice, and then by God you have preteens, and at which point, bless your heart, especially if you've got girls. Now you've got teenagers, and this one's got to drive, and now you've got to talk about college, and there's a lot of things that never seem to end for you. And then on some of that, you've got multiple children. But when your trust is in God, you're by a stream. That means no matter what happens, you're continually watered. There's continual something on the inside of you. When you're spending time with God on a day-to-day basis, you have something to give to your babies. Your roots are spread out, meaning you're stable. The wind can come, the storm can come, you're good because you have your trust solely in God and God alone. It goes on in verse 8 and says, it does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green. For some of you, your kids are trusting in God and going forth, and they are changing the world in their generation. And then some of you, your kids aren't quite going in the path that you wanted them to. You've been praying, you've been fasting, you've been trusting God, but they're not really quite on that path that you would want for them. Joshua said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. The scripture here says that when fear comes, You do not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green. What's coming out of your house, while right now it might not look that great, do not fear when heat comes. Don't fear the friends that might be popping up right now that might not be putting them on the correct path, because your leaves will remain green. As long as you keep putting your trust and your hope in God, as long as you keep following after him, Satan can come after your family if he wants, but you are protected by the blood of the Lamb. Jesus Christ is on your side no matter what it looks like in your situation right now. Verse 8 goes on and says, "It is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit." It may feel like what you are doing for your family right now isn't producing any fruit. But don't be anxious in the year of drought, because all of those times that you're showing up at baseball games and soccer games and there for homework and making dinner, that kid will know that there is a God in heaven and that they are loved. It may not look like you're going forth. It may not look like things are awesome right now, but you don't have to be anxious in the year of drought, for you will bear fruit. That is a promise from God, and he always, always, always keeps his promise. Love you.